Profanity Nation.
Yeah, it's the new era of man for some old school fans with a new school brand. We got money on the mic with the plan in hand. And Stat Pat to his left, they go hand in hand. And to the right, we got Simpster, he putting it down. It's the Profanity Nation, we running the town. Yeah,
It's the Profanity Nation.
Profanity Nation.
Hey, welcome to the Profanity Nation podcast, where we are the voice of the professional fan. It is Tuesday night, so you know what time it is. It's time to get going. It's time to talk Lakers. It's time to introduce my co-hosts. To my right, we've got, as always, my man, Money Mike. I already know how you're feeling, but introduce.
Hey, I feel great. I mean, the Lakers are sick. USC is sick. Colorado is sick. But hey, I feel good.
You personally are in good health.
Yeah, I personally feel good.
Step back to my left.
Hey, really good, man. Feeling good. Happy that the Raiders won the game.
Hey, but you know that was gonna happen.
Hey,
you knew that was gonna happen.
That's that bounce, right? It's always after they fire. There's a bounce.
Okay, so let's start
take whatever.
Because you said that. Let's start there.
Go for it.
So like because of all the shifts that he made, Mark Davis.
Okay.
All the shit that he made because maybe he actually wants to win because he knows what it feels like to win because of the aces and all that stuff. He lost like $85 million.
Yeah.
And he sent a letter out to the players apologizing to them for having to go like this long.
And a wasted season.
And wasting the season because apparently there was rumblings way back and forth. So it's interesting to me because when you hear he lost $85 million, you're like, okay, that's a lot of money. But business wise, that's $85 million write off. Right?
What do you mean he lost?
So what happens is when he signed a contract for what was it, 5 years for
the coach.
And he has to pay it out.
Josh McDaniels.
I understand.
So
when he let the coach
he signed the contract.
He was still on the hook for another.
Yeah, he has guaranteed
million.
money, so he's still gonna get paid.
Yep.
But the thing about it is he lost. First of all, let me just say,
and he said that
Josh McDaniels.
$85 million?
No,
Josh McDaniels is the second coach ever to get fired mid-season on his second year. He's the first ever coach to get fired mid-season on the second year.
What does that mean?
What that mean is it's very obvious. Why is this guy
2 years?
Yeah, like he loses.
The 1 year is like okay, and then you better have something showing me. And then if you were still a dumpster fire in like halfway through the season,
yeah,
it might have to.
So he got fired. The 13 weeks last? I forgot the last team. It's up to
the Broncos.
It was the Broncos. Yeah, it was the 13. It was the 13th week. He got fired on the 10th week or 9th week. This time, but I don't think he ever should be a head coach anymore. I mean,
I think he's done.
Yeah, because the thing about it is
start from the bottom and earn.
Well, so here's the problem with that though.
He's not going to get a good job.
Here's the dynamic of that. The dynamic of that, he came from the Bill Belichick system, right?
Yeah.
So
success,
so when you're under Bill Belichick, everybody, that's what they normally do. They normally pick everybody underneath to make you to be the head coach. But sometimes, you know what, you're just not head coach material.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
Stat. A lot of times we talk about accountability here. It sounds like the owner, Davis, is taking accountability for the mistakes. He's owning them. Is this a glimmer of hope for Raiders fans that there could be a change because of the drastic nature of this? Because if I'm right, the Raiders would normally play out contracts. Is that right?
Oh, we'll just probably play out this whole season and just like tank it and try to get a high draft pick.
Okay.
Here it looks like they tried to salvage the season. They were up against a lot of things. We have a player, Devontae Adams, that is really like an all-pro, like Hall of Fame type wide receiver in his prime, and wanted to come and play with the Raiders with his college, friend, and play for his childhood team. So the Raiders coming out here and Aaron Rodgers going out to New York.
That's something else we got to talk about.
So basically, Devontae Adams want to be a Raider, but he doesn't want his career wasted. So it's literally Josh McDaniels,
And he's been loud all
he
all
was a little
season.
vocal.
What
this
am I
year.
doing here? What am I
Well,
doing?
you know, he's just, you know, he's saying things but not saying it in the media. You know, you kind of like read between the lines. You can tell that he's not happy. And on the trade deadline day, they made the decision to either trade Devontae or fire the coach. And they said, we're going to keep Devontae, we're going to fire the coach. And it looks like everybody's responding.
Yeah, but what really sucks about being a Raider fan, man, is what's great about being a Raider fan, you always end up with the honesty, right? It's just always about 3-4 weeks later, right? Because we got Garoppolo, and we paid all this money for this dude, and then we already knew that he sucked, you know.
Yeah, we did.
You know, when he was in San Francisco, but we brought him in, thought we could do something, and it's very obvious we can't. And so now we're just like wasting money like left and right. But we knew this like what? When did we know this, Pat? At the beginning of the season that Garoppolo sucked, Josh McDaniels sucked. You know, it always takes a minute for the Raiders to
acknowledge
it. But when they acknowledge it, I will say this though. But when the Raiders acknowledge it, it's a dumpster fire.
You're gonna hear it.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
We will make noise.
Yeah,
we will.
When we ready,
you're gonna lose a PR battle.
Yeah,
you know. So you got to be very, very mindful of Raider Nation. I would say this, but when you think about the Raiders, it's just they have a now it looks like they got, I don't know, you see a little swagger back in, a little confidence. Yeah. Of course they played the Giants, so we'll see. But we lost the Chicago Bears too.
Yeah, but
so you know what I'm saying. So we've lost a bad team.
But what was the feeling of the players on the sideline? This question, was it different? The looks on the faces.
Oh yeah, they were definitely. Everyone was like, even Devontae Adams that we've been asking for the ball whole season didn't get like no more than I think 2 catches, and he was happy about the result because we won the game 30-6.
Okay,
so.
But that's the thing, though. That's to be expected. Like, first of all, the opponent really wasn't a good opponent anyway. Number one. Number two, anytime there's a change and a shift and someone else takes the reins, you want to perform and be the best. But you know, so yeah, we're gonna see what happens this week. Cause now a week has passed, and now we got tape. We got to see what's going on.
Plus we got tape.
Yeah,
we got tape now. You know what I'm saying? Like the first game, you unveiling your whole thing. No one really got any tape on you. It's just everyone seeing you for the first time. And now we have tape. Mm-hmm. And so now we're going to look at it. We're going to study and break down your tendencies, and we're going to go ahead and have counters.
But is there tendencies after one game?
I mean, you know what you like to run.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I know what you like to run. I know what you base defense or base offense you like to run. So in that, I'll have countermeasures to all that. And then, you know, I'll go ahead and add my little wrinkle defense and stuff that kind of frustrates you. But at least we know that we're working with a base. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much all defensive coordinators need. They don't need to know the exact play. They just know you be working in a certain formation, and they have a defense to go ahead and play against that.
And we also have to keep in mind Antonio Pierce, who played for the Giants. You know, probably had a little vendetta anyway.
Little juice,
you know, so that's just what that is. Now, listen, I want to talk about something else. We gotta get to the Lakers. I have a whole feeling about that. That's probably gonna be the last 20 minutes of the show for sure. But wait a minute, I am not Jeff. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. You are the conspiracy theorist on the show.
Yes.
But there was an announcement made that a 39-year-old Aaron Rodgers couldn't possibly play before the season is up.
After what?
After an Achilles tear that happened on, you know, the 9/11. You know, I'm just saying. You know, there's numbers and alignments.
I smell bullshit.
I don't.
It's bullshit.
There's no way it could be true. There's no way.
So
that
let's have some fun.
6 months.
Let's go down the rabbit hole.
Here we go.
Let's go down the rabbit hole. What was the benefit to this? Or did Aaron Rodgers do something wrong, and this was his payback? You're gonna have to sit for X Games, a suspension that wasn't really a suspension to ruin his credibility. I don't what do you believe?
So
There's always something. What do you think is the
I
motivating
don't know.
factor?
What was it? What was the last year when it was a couple of years ago where he was like the only one that didn't take the vaccine?
Yeah,
Remember?
Yep.
Like it was everybody had to take a vaccine, and all of a sudden, it was announced. The rule apparently was different from him versus everybody else, and it was talked about like 1 week, and then hey, get over it. There was no like consequence. I don't know what's going on, and I'm not really. I know you're really into gematria and the numbers
I'm
and the
not.
alignment.
I don't know it.
Yeah,
but I'm aware of it. I am definitely.
Hey, y'all look at the
it.
last tape. Couple. I mean, this
I'm
in
aware
there.
of it. I'm aware of it. That's
I know the injury happened on 9/11, and there's a number thing and symbols and
so
people doing
you're seeing
ways,
through.
and if you guys Google this, you could definitely see. I don't know the lines where you hold the hands, whatever that is. All I know is it is physically impossible. I've seen Achilles tears. It is minimum 6 months.
Yes.
So you cannot tell me when he quote unquote tears his Achilles
this season.
September. So October, November, 2 months.
And he's walking around without a limp.
And he's walking around with
and you're gonna drop back.
I don't
you know what I'm saying? Like you a quarterback, you're gonna drop back on that.
No, you 39 years old though.
Bro, you gotta push off that.
No, there's no way you ever could.
I'm glad you brought it. You brought it up.
Okay, I brought it up.
Okay. Yeah. So let's keep it in that realm of fun. My favorite realm of conspiracy.
Yeah.
Okay. This whole Chiefs, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Taylor Swift is easily the largest act in the world right now.
Yeah.
Obviously. Billions, if not millions, of little girls follow her, grown-ups of all age. I just find it incredibly ironic that she is suddenly literally inserted, almost like it was a forced relationship. Even said like, oh, like he was texting her, and like Travis Kelce now is the biggest thing. The shirts with Kelce and Swift. Millions, if not billions, of little girls are now.
They literally have merch.
Yes, they have merch. Millions, if not billions, of little girls are now looking at him and saying, "Oh my God, he's like the perfect man." This and that because they see Taylor, and then right at the same time, they start blasting a commercial promoting the double vaccination of the flu and COVID with him. I'm just saying, like, if I was marketing a show and I was saying, oh, we want this guy to be popular and this, that, I mean, put him together with Taylor Swift and then market the show. So I don't know if you want to say it just seemed like incredible timing to me. And how heavy they push the vaccine. And I'm not stating one way or the other the vaccine, but you do know how hard they push the vaccine. And lo and behold, there he is. Hey, 2 for 1. Get your 2 for 1.
Well, what's really what really is interesting about it, I don't know if you guys heard, like there's a bye week this week, but next week, Eagles and KC plays. And now there's to hang out with Mama. I can't think of her name. Mama Kelce.
Yeah.
They're giving away tickets to hang out in the box with Mama Kelce.
Because they're gonna be Kelce Bowl.
Yeah, right. Like, next week. So like this whole thing. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I gotta keep my eye on it. I mean, I know we're mainly a basketball show, but man, I'm watching this, and it's a lot of fishy stuff going on. So we got to go and get some investigating, recording, or something like that, because I just ain't liking this. Like, there's no way that they talk about Aaron Rodgers is coming back, after this whole Kelce thing.
And
there's
so much symbolism behind it, like you said, with the numbers and
such. But you know what's funny about what you say though? I remember when Strahan got on like the Good Morning America the show, whatever. And I had a friend at the time, and she was like, "Oh my God, this guy Michael Strahan is so amazing," but she never knew him for football. She had like no idea that he was the all-time NFL sack leader and in the Hall of Fame. She just knew he just popped up on the scene. What region? What was it? Kelly, right? And they were like, "Oh my God, he's so great!" And there's a whole nother like marketing thing. So yeah, definitely there's some sort of marketing machine that's going on that we gotta just try to figure out and dissect. Because
we need some of that.
Because
you're like, I'm not complaining. I'm just over here at
InfanityTV.com. A little bit.
We need just a little bit of that,
right? Because this stuff really just ain't making it's just not really adding up. Like what are they doing? Like we know going into like the basketball, we know what the NBA is doing with this tournament. There's a contract that is looming. They want their goal is to get a $75 billion new contract for the Nets going around for TV, and so they're trying to do this tournament, which I thought I understood, but now I don't.
Each time you think you got it,
I'm like, again. Wait a minute. So, because literally there's an announcement saying that November 3rd is the tournament. I'm like, I guess so. And November 3rd, okay, cool. So let me go and look into the tournament thing again, and then I realized, okay, so tournament play is on. So we're bunched up. We're bunched up, right? We
just switched segments.
Yeah, we
into NBA.
I'm just confused.
From conspiracy into NBA.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So we have three. We're apparently, you guys, we are in the group round, and it's 3 groups on the West and 3 groups on the East. They're playing regular season games, but the in-tournament games that are regular season games are on Tuesday and Friday. But then I was confused because I was like, well, wait a minute, the Lakers didn't play last Friday and the tournament was supposed to start. So how do they get credit for if they didn't play?
My brain hurts right now.
Right? I'm just trying to figure this. So I'm looking and I was like, okay, cool. So they played 2. So there's a list. They'll say tournament games. There's 5 games a night on Tuesday and 7 games a night on Friday. And those are the tournament games. And I have no idea how the standings are going to be if we are. Do we care? Do we care?
Well, I don't know what's the incentive. That's what I need to figure out.
Well,
what is it that you win?
I think each player gets $500,000, which is great if you're
on the lower end.
If I'm on a rookie contract,
But the lower end people are not doing the heavy lifting to win this tournament.
Well, yeah. So here's my question.
So it was like,
it's like a gift from the start.
So that's good. Charity.
But here's my
some gift them a watch, some gift to this.
Mandated gift because
I look, it's confusing as hell. Let's not confuse the audience anymore. I have a feeling this is just something we're gonna have to live through and experience to try and understand. But it seems completely unnecessary. A tournament within the tournament of the season, and it counts, but this doesn't count, but that counts towards this. And only and Tuesdays and Fridays only. How are you supposed to keep track of that? I don't understand. While other games are going on, it's too much, but we'll see how it goes and we'll see what it does. But for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pay homage to our sponsors. So be sure to watch those videos that are coming up right now. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Profanity Nation podcast. We'll be right back.
Profanity Nation.
Profanity Nation. a podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss, raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
United One Protection Services. With over 30 years of experience, United One Protection Services has more expertise and knowledge than the other security companies combined. Residential, commercial, municipal, or institutional, United One Protection Services does more than just security. We protect your livelihood. United One Protection Services. Hey, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the Profanity Nation podcast. We are here every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. on infanitytv.com. So be sure to check us out. Subscribe down at the bottom there at the website somewhere. It's down there. But be sure to subscribe, everybody. Okay, so we know what we're here for as usual, guys. We're here to talk Lakers.
Can I start?
First, hang on. I'm going to just go ahead and recap kind of some of the stuff that we've talked about. Okay, so as the season began, we talked about the first 10 games, and what our expectations were for the first 10 games, what we thought would be good, what would be bad, worst case scenario, best case scenario, and things like that. We'll start with Mike because I know you're just itching to get there. We're not exactly on the path that we had hoped. And go ahead.
For the first 10 games, I had them at 7-3. That obviously ain't gonna happen. We've already lost 3 games out of the 6. Number one, that's the problem. That's the first problem.
4.
Huh?
We lost
4. 4. Okay, 4 games.
Yeah, we're 3 and 4.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
it's worse than you thought.
Yeah, it's worse than I thought. First of all, and then second of all, I don't even know if I even like basketball anymore based on what I'm watching.
Okay. Explain.
Because, I don't know. I know, listen, when I went to school, math was, I thought it was easier. When my kids go to school now, the way that they show them, 2 + 2 was 4 back when I went to school. Now, 2 + 2 is 1 + 1 + 1 + 1, right? The math is taught differently. But I've seen 2 games.
Yeah.
2 games where all we have needed was 2 points.
Yep.
One game we actually only needed 1 point, but I'll just say we only needed 2 points. We needed a jump shot. We needed a slam dunk. We needed a layup. We needed a 15-footer. We needed a foul. We need, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Anything except
a 3. Right, and I literally do not understand when time is running out under, I'm gonna say 20 seconds. Under 20 seconds.
Yeah.
We only need a jumper.
Yes.
That's it.
High percentage.
And we win.
Yes.
Why on God's green earth is the play to shoot a 3? Even if it's wide open.
Yeah.
The 3, listen, you are Steph Curry, one of the greatest basketball 3-point shooter players in
and you still don't
in the world. He's at 40%.
Mm-hmm.
Pat, you're in education. If you get 40% on the test, what is that?
It's still a fail.
It's a fail. It's a fail, right? 40%. And that is hot. If you shoot 40%
from the 3,
4 out of 10 of your threes, you could get you a max contract. You could get you $200 million. Am I lying, everybody?
If you do that consistently,
if you do it, shoot up 5 threes and hit 2.
Listen, you are max. You are max contract candidate, but we don't need it. We just need a jumper. Why is LeBron James? I don't understand. Listen, I think LeBron is for what he is. He's very, very smart. I've seen how he really is smart. I've seen how he studies the offense. and the defense. He knows where the spots and stuff. Why does he not have that elbow shot where he go and just pick up a spot and just shoots a jumper? Why does he not drive to the hole and just go for a layup and possibly get? Listen, LeBron James. Listen, LeBron.
Oh, close up there.
Listen, LeBron. Please. LeBron James, can you please, if we only need 2 points, right? And if we only need 2 points, can you please make an attempt to the basket for those 2 points? Do not, please, for the life of me, do not throw the ball to an open man if he's wide open for 3 when you only need 2 points. Listen, I will forgive you if you go and drive to the basket and miss the layup, miss the dunk, get fouled, and the refs don't call it, and we lose the game. I am not upset with you. I forgive you right now. But if you go to the basket, wait for 3 people to come to you just so you can throw to the lowest percentage on the court, LeBron James, if 3 people to you, there's somebody closer to the basket than that guy over there for 3. There's 4 people on the court. Why are you trying to shoot a 3-pointer?
Stat Pat. Okay.
I don't understand. Explain this to me.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Number one, do you think that was obviously a Ham call, Darvin Ham?
I'm not blaming him.
Hang on, he called that play. Now I've watched that play. You've watched that play. We've watched that play. Okay, you could have gone any number of ways. However, when he went in, yes, the defense collapsed on him. Right? He did find the open man. Right?
No.
What's his job there to do? Is it to force with 3 people?
Pat,
we
break
know
down
what
that
Money
play for
Mike
me.
would say.
Break down that play for me, Pat.
Go for it.
So I'm just saying, like, so when we're looking at, like, so there's like a couple of snapshots I've seen on the internet where people are driving different narratives. One being that, LeBron collapsed the defense and there's a picture of like 3 people around him and he passed it to the right person. And people like, well, Kobe fans are like really expecting him to shoot over this. And then there's a picture, there's a couple of frames before that where he's literally, the guy's on his shoulder and there's nobody there in front of him at the elbow. We've seen that there's a lot of space on the court that's not used. You don't have to take it to the rack. If you take it to the rack and try to shoot it, or you have an opportunity to stop and pop and hit that 15-footer that's waiting for you. It's always waiting for you, which always goes back to LeBron James' game and like how his game was limited. He's a great player, but he could have been so much more if he would have had a little bit more skill. He's done great with what he has, but if he had a little bit more skill,
mid-range.
Just a mid-range jumper that was just automatic, like a Kawhi Leonard mid-range jumper. LeBron James would be by far the best player who ever lived.
It wouldn't even be.
It wouldn't even be fun.
That's hilarious, right? Because everybody say he is now.
Yeah. So, but we have a lot of injuries right now.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Tell us,
and that has nothing to do with it. But
I
mean, look, we're tied. We're down by 1. That has the injuries are the reasons why we're tied down by 1. But that's a winnable game.
Oh, that's a winnable game,
and we can't blame that on injuries.
Well, we won't blame it on the injury. I'm just saying, like we have people.
Can you blame it on reffing?
We have people in the game that normally shouldn't be in the game that finish in the game. Mm-hmm. So D'Angelo Russell puts us in a bad predicament because he gets kicked out the game, so he's not finishing the game. AD's injured, so he didn't finish the game. Prince came back, but Vanderbilt's still out. Hachimura's out. Jackson Hayes is out. Gabe Vincent is out. So we have all of these people that are getting these minutes that shouldn't be in. And there's a reason why he's wide open, LeBron James, because he's Cam Reddish. Mm-hmm. They ran from him so quick and fast. Like, dude, if he beat us, he beats us.
Yeah,
they were willing to live with that.
Yeah,
they're like, if Cam Reddish beats us from 3, then okay, God bless him. Mm-hmm. But we're gonna live and die with that one. And they played the percentage and they won. But
was it the wrong?
We didn't
decision?
pay the percentages.
The thing is, that's where it was.
Or is it that black and white at all?
I don't know if it is because, of course, people are going to say, well, did he pass it to the wide open man? And now is that man's time to do his job, and that is to make the shot. However, we also are looking at certain things of just, I don't know how teams are built, where there's always somebody on the main person on your team wants to be the last one to shoot the ball. Period. I mean, I don't know what team doesn't have a guy
that wanted the ball.
Any team, but there's no team out there that their best player don't want to shoot the last shot. Chris Paul took the last shot when he was with Phoenix.
Yeah, of course.
And say we got Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. You go one A and 1B. Harden's over there. He's gonna want to take the last shot. So it's not like there's all these Steph, of course, like Clay, it's last shot. So our best player don't want to take the last shot.
Is that right, or is our coach not putting our best player in the?
We're not blaming the coach.
Should
the coach.
Should LeBron have been the facilitator in that play? Because he ended up being the facilitator. Should he have been?
Did he make the right basketball play? Or you asking me technically?
He did. Yes, he did.
Technically,
no.
But if we're always going to that technically, well, first of all,
we played by the book.
But see the thing, but this is, remember, that is not the first three we shot. That is literally the third three in a row that we missed. We were down by one, and we shot 3 threes
to try and get back,
to try to win this game. All we needed was 2 on 2 other possessions. All we had to do is get 2 points.
So the last play is just indicative of
that didn't lose us the game. Our decision making lost us the game before that shot.
So how can you not put that on the coach?
So here's the thing, man. I listen.
How can you not put that on the coach? Decision making.
Listen. The question is, the reason why I cannot put that on the coach is because I think for 46 minutes you have to run your sets, do what you've been coached. If that game is close to the last 2 minutes, that's when the 1-on-1 hot dog basketball got to come into play. It has to.
Take over.
That's when the takeover happens, right? I mean, I understand that you have to play within the system, do all that type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Most of the game.
That's going to be most of the game. That's going to keep the sets. That's going to make everything better. At the end of the game, all that training, all that practice, the move the ball around. Oh, we need one shot. So what we're gonna do to get this one shot to win this game and go home? I mean, that just needs to be just the mentality. Like I can't blame the coach. You know what I mean? Coach always was. I always say though, and this is how life is too. I use the scenario in life when it's 5 seconds left in the game. You always go to the coach. He has his board. He sets 2-3 plays on what to do. And I always say the play looks good on the board because there's no defense being played. If the play is throw the ball to LeBron on the inbound pass and the defense decides to triple team the ball, triple team LeBron where you can't, there's no possible way you can get into it. You got to throw to an open man. You can't do what's on that board. You have to do with what life is giving you. You have to take what they give. Okay. So, dog, like,
isn't that potentially what Bron did though? Let's just run that
really
quick. You said it's read and react. He came in.
No,
they collapsed the defense. He read that. He reacted. Said there's an open man because there's 3 defenders on me. Now is Cam Reddish our best choice? No, but did yes or no? Did Bron put us in a position to win that game?
No.
Did he get us an opportunity?
You know who the open man was? You know who the open man was before he passed the ball to? LeBron.
Him.
LeBron was open man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because LeBron does this like clockwork. You got to listen. Watch what I'm saying. I mean, I know y'all, people going to say I'm hating or whatever. If it's a close game,
I ain't hating.
Watch what happens. LeBron's going to get the ball at the top of the 3-point line, about halfway, about 30 feet out. This is what happens. LeBron gonna have that ball. He gonna bounce it. He should go to about 12 seconds, but he gonna go to about 5 seconds, right? And now which means when you at 5 seconds, that means whatever you decide to do with the last 5 seconds has to work.
Yeah.
Right. If you start at 12, you have an opportunity. If you miss the shot, you can put it back up, got a little bit more time. But he likes to go to 5 seconds where what I do is if it don't work, we gonna lose. That's how LeBron does. And he's done
one shot.
He's done that. Yeah. He only allows for one shot. He does not allow for a shot, possible rebound, tip back in. He does not allow for that. Now, if it don't happen, please, man, respond to my YouTube, DM me, whatever.
Isn't that called making sure you get the last shot?
Well,
Even at 12 seconds, you do though.
No, because you just said, maybe there's a rebound.
But it's a tip in though.
Maybe you make the shot and there's 5 seconds left, and they now have the ball.
But they can't get 5
back. So aren't you trying to make sure you get the last shot?
You definitely want to get the last shot.
There you go.
Yeah, but here's the thing. But what I'm saying is though, if you at 12 seconds and you go and you start tipping it, it's gonna run to one or two.
Wait a minute. So if you have so only if they give you a bona fide straight in layup do you score at 12 seconds. You see what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying you start at 12. See, he doesn't start. What happens is he'll dribble the ball. It'll be 20 seconds, and he'll dribble the ball to 5, and he starts making this move. I'm telling him dribble that ball to 12 to start making this move. By the time that shot's going in the air, he's at 5. But what happens is he starts at 5. So now it's a rush, and there's no room for error. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I know.
So that's my thing. It's like you gotta start where you have enough time to make a different decision or an adjustment. At 5 seconds, but when you go to 5, you can't make no adjustment.
That's obviously not the only reason we lost this game. Is it injuries?
Yes, it's definitely injuries. And we were AD is playing hobbled now. And that's when I was kind of like when I started. But he was playing so well. Like 26 points, 13 rebounds, 3.5 blocks per game. It was just, of course, you just hope that he can sustain that, but he's going to be playing hobbled, which hopefully is not a nagging injury because I want to get back to that. But if he's playing hobbled, then you're going to get watered down AD.
Do you keep him out for a little while, just because of the history? Do you keep him out like an extra game?
Well, he wants to play on Wednesday. I think he needs to play Wednesday. I don't want to be too cautious with him because he has to prove that he got to play through it. If I got to go ahead anytime he says his little, his thumb hurts or something hurts because we're scared that he's going to have a big injury, then what are we doing here? We got to make sure that he plays and he has to prove that he's getting paid $40 million a year. And we're not going to go ahead and have him in bubble wrap every time he's just a boo-boo. Like, seriously.
You brought up money. Let's talk money, guys. Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves was a standout player last season. The story probably of definitely the Lakers season, one of the bright shining lights there, guys. He plays in summer international play, shows up, plays well. He's scored that contract he was looking for. And seemed to deserve, and he's somewhat been a no-show this season. It's the same coach, mostly the same offense. What's holding Austin Reeves back?
I don't know. I think Austin Reeves is missing shots because of those 3 threes that were being shot, he missed 2 of those threes. Okay, so he has had a lot of good looks, and he hasn't been knocking the shots down like he used to. That's one thing I've noticed about Austin Reeves is he hasn't had that combustible game like D'Lo has had. Like D'Lo had that crazy 28-point game. Austin Reeves is still, I think there's going back to tape. There's tape on him now. We know his tendencies. We know what you like to do. We're not going to let you.
Shame on you.
We're not going to let you just lean into it, I think that right there might also be a part of it. Because down the stretch, Austin Reeves got every call known to man. Anytime he flopped around, he got every call. He is not getting those calls now. Now it's like you need to start making shots. Period. We're not going to bail you out with these calls. You got to make shots. You got the contract, make shots now. So now he has to make shots. He's not making shots. So, and his defense is
Now
taking a step
shooters
back.
go through droughts. How do they get out of it? Keep shooting.
Got to keep shooting.
That's it. Money.
He played too much basketball in the summer. I mean, I think. Because we kind of saw it even with the league. Because remember, he was tearing it up when the whole FIBA thing. He was tearing it up and he was killing it and whatever. And then right when it got into the thick of things, everybody was like, "Man, Austin, he ain't tearing it up no more."
Right.
And then now he's getting back into his regular season. I mean, I get that he's young. I think he put too many miles on his body, and he didn't give himself a proper rest. Which I guess with him, I'm gonna have to understand that this season is going to be a spurt season where he's going to have good games. One good game, probably 3-4 bad, because I think Sticky burned too much. I think so. Next season, I'm like, hey, shut down, dog. Rest.
Team USA
recover.
next season, though.
Yeah, no.
Oh, he has no shot.
Yeah.
To get on that team.
Yeah, because we have to represent.
So the way he's playing.
So he needs to next season really.
Trey Young can't get on that team.
He needs to take the full season off next year. So because he just played too much basketball.
All right. Well,
I mean, you see that he wants to play. He's a gamer.
I love it. I love his mind.
I like that.
I love the mind,
but it's just right now. First of all, he's not. And also, he's not being pushed on the bench. Like Gabe Vincent can't push him because he's hurt.
No one's
so no one stretches nobody. No pressure on him or D'Lo. They basically play however they want because there's nobody like chomping at the bit to get in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we'll see. I don't think that we're out of it. Of course.
We weren't last season. See, that's the fool's gold right there as well. Lakers fans, they'll be like, well, last season we started and look what happened. So they until the trade deadline's done, everyone's like, there's still a chance.
Oh yeah,
just because of last season. That's fool's gold.
No, that's not this year.
However, that might not be this year, but every show we finish the show with a segment we call Money Mike's Out of Bounds. Money Mike's going to share his thoughts or opinions on a topic, and it's pretty simple. He just wants to know, are those thoughts in bounds or out of bounds? Money Mike, you got the mic.
Now, Jeff, you probably not going to know anything really about this, but this is really towards Pat and to the world.
Thank you for prefacing.
I'm just letting you know. So I've been watching this USC. I'm on this USC thing, and what I've seen in this USC is really kind of been disappointing. So many things, but one bright spot of it is watching Caleb Williams and what he's doing. I think he literally, the best comp, let me know if you agree, is Patrick Mahomes, and I feel that he's ahead of Patrick Mahomes right now, and where in progression about what he could be. I definitely think he's talent-wise, he's the number one draft pick. But what I saw Caleb Williams do after he lost the game, and he went and he ran to his mom, listen, I get it. That's your mom, and you got your helmet on, and you are seemingly crying and looking for comfort from your mom at this stage. You are no longer number one draft pick. You are no longer, Caleb, even a first rounder to me. Because if I see how you react to a loss, the way that you pout, and you're looking for comfort from your mom, you're not tough enough mentally to run my franchise if I'm an NFL owner. So am I out of bounds to say that he's not even in a first rounder anymore? Because I don't think he is mentally tough to handle what NFL is going to throw at him.
I think you're out of bounds because, saying that's a bit harsh. However, I can say that he won't be the number one pick in the draft, which he was a shoe-in and up until probably this moment, right? You still got Bo Nix, dude from Oregon, pretty good. Penix he just played against is getting some run. You got Drake May from Notre Dame is actually, I mean, excuse me, not Notre Dame, from North Carolina is pretty good. These are all guys that have good measurables and can be franchise quarterbacks, like when it was Josh Allen and Herbert and and Burrow and how we have all of these good young quarterback and Tua all in the same draft where they were all now franchise quarterbacks. And so yes,
Hurts.
Hurts, or you know what I'm saying? So you have all of these guys that are now part of this class that are now running teams. You might have that same year this year going forward. I just see now, based upon what I'm seeing, I didn't like it. I understood why, because he played his heart out and his defense.
But you go. I'm not mad at you for crying.
Yeah, but
I'm mad
you just
at you
don't do it there.
for asking for comfort. You go into the locker room
and you do it there,
and because now because listen, everybody, man, you gotta have sensitive side. Trust me, especially you have to have. I'm not telling you not to be sensitive.
Oh, you're
but
so woke.
Don't run to your mom. You know what I mean? Like in this stage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not what you're doing. Cameras follow
the optics.
What I cannot. I will be afraid if I'm an owner or an NFL GM to put somebody out there because I feel like he'll break down in a moment. Okay. And what happens if
I think this is a teachable moment. I just think I think he's still going to be a good NFL quarterback.
No, I'm not disagreeing the skill. I'm talking about mentally.
Okay, but I still think he's going to be successful.
Okay, can I put out a question here? Did he have a breakdown during the game?
No.
Did he maintain focus during the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the problem? Okay, so he went. From my understanding, USC has been horrendous this year. The defense
by USC standards,
yes. Well, but
based upon expectations,
the offense has been outstanding, which he's carrying, and then the defense has been horrendous, which they finally fired the defensive coordinator. Finally, a lot of pressures on him to score so many points to make up for the lack of the defense. That at this point they lose again, and it's just the frustration of the season. But my question is during game time, did he blink? Did he falter? Did he have a moment of, oh, dude, he's not in this anymore? Did he pout? Or just when he finally let down? Like you said, there's a place for everything, but he let down after. If he shows up again next week, no problem, then I got no issue with it.
Well, you better show up because we play against Oregon.
There it is. And with that, please leave the comments. Is Money Mike inbounds? Is he out of bounds? We need to know. And only you can tell us. So we'll find out. Thank you, Money Mike. That was a good one. Until next week, guys, you've been watching the Profanity Nation podcast. Let's hope we come back with the Lakers on a better note. Let's hope we come back with the Lakers a little bit healthier. Let's hope we come back with LA teams doing a lot better, and we'll go from there. Every Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m., infanitytv.com. Don't miss it. Late.
Peace.